See what we got today. So yeah, that was one of the. I think that was one of the bigger realizations today. Realizing that a lot of how you can say it? Well, we'll take the headphones off for now. I was like one of the biggest realizations I think is the fact that a lot of people, it's mostly the people that always have like that aren't included in things, I would say, that usually have the biggest issue with what's going on. Like, yo, what up, Vegas? I seen your video, man. I jumped in there. I didn't jump in there too long when you were live, which with the No Kings Day. So it's funny because I was seeing it, right, and I was watching it, and I was watching the different instances of just looking at the different people that were talking on just the complete issue of No King's Day and how people were talking bad about it. And it's just like you start realizing that your feed gets full of MAGA people that don't even get included into the MAGA conversation. So it's just like you see more MAGA, more Republicans, more than they're just like you see more Republicans and more MAGA trying to associate themselves with MAGA, but them themselves not being included into the situation. So as to say, these people are trying their hardest to like be a part of that group. Like, because it's funny because I've seen it. It's just looking at it. You see all these people that it's just like they just want to be included. And it was just like you want to be included in MAGA, but MAGA doesn't want to include you. MAGA uses them. MAGA uses them basically. What's up, Emma? Uh, MAGA uses them basically to basically use them as a. How can you put it? Because it's not even like a token person. It's just like using them just to have them as like a reference point, I guess. You see, you know, when people be like, "Oh, I'm not racist. It's I have a black friend," kind of thing. That's kind of what it is with the MAGA people. It's just like, "Oh, we're not racist towards them. He's just MAGA," kind of thing. And that's it's like the same thought process that they use just to try to be included. Because it was just like when you start looking at the feed, you start noticing that if it's MAGA being shown or spoken to, it's literally it's literally somebody of color. It's a person of color talking all this nonsense. And they're some of the ones that push most of the biggest amount of misinformation comes from the rhetoric of these MAGA supporters. Because the thing is like you notice like the senators and the representatives that were all on for Donald Trump, you notice how they've been awfully quiet. You notice how, especially what is it, Thomas, the dude Thomas, like that dude. It was just like he he wanted to push the MAGA outlook so hard before the administration. Oh, he's for people of color, this, and that. And then all of a sudden, you notice how quiet he's gotten. You notice how a lot of these representatives just don't do talk shows anymore. They don't. They were out in the open trying to portray this, trying to push that, and all of a sudden now they ain't got nothing to push. Now they, whew, man, still waking up to the nonsense, I guess you could say. But some of these people are still trying to push that rhetoric, like, yeah, this is what we voted for. This is what's going on. Yet none of this is actually working for any of the people that are pushing it. So all these people are pushing all this stuff, and none of it is working for them because they haven't been successful at anything they've done. And then the funny part about this whole thing is just like they believe the rhetoric that comes from these people. Because I believe it's the what is it, the Hodge twins. For some reason their feed keeps on popping, like, on Facebook now. It was just I'm trying to see family stuff, but then I remember you got to go to like the friends part to get and actually just see your friend stuff. So it's like the Hodge twins. They were just like, these people were pushing. They made a post basically saying that, oh, only 650,000 people were at these rallies on Saturday. They said 650,000 people only. And it's just like the Hodge twins basically see. And then the thing is when you start looking at the feed, you start looking at the feed and all the shit that everybody else is saying is just like, yeah, they lied about this. They supposedly took pictures from old rallies and stuff like that. And I was just like, bro, y'all do realize y'all black, right? Y'all do realize that? Y'all do realize that y'all black as the Hodge twins. Just because you got light eyes, don't mean you included with white people. These people still don't accept you. Just because you got light eyes don't mean that they accept you. You coming up with this bullshit, and then you should see the amount of comments that it was just like the amount of stupid people that MAGA has that believe them. It's what's crazy. And that's why I wanted to say, like, you have people of color that push this bullshit, and then MAGA listens even more to them because of the fact that they see, oh, this person, he's like how they like to say, they're one of the good ones. You know when they say that? Oh, he's one of the good ones. I was like, that's basically it's detected that a live chat didn't appear. So it's just like you notice them and it's just like, man, these people will listen to these Hodge twins like crazy. And it's just like they tried to like New York City had thousands on its own, but you mean to tell me that countrywide they said it was about 7 million countrywide. They said it was about 7 million people countrywide that did the No Kings um protesting. But these people put out a post saying that it was only 650,000 nationwide. Now, how are you going to tell me that nationwide 650,000 people were the only ones that showed up to this No Kings protest when you see a lot of these big cities hold more than that? Most of these towns combined, all these South states don't even have 7 million people. So they don't even know what 7 million people looks like. They don't even know what a congregation of 1,000 people probably looks like unless they see them in a damn football field, a baseball stadium, or something like that. They only see them in a stadium. And it was just like, yeah, that's what it basically is. MAGA, the Hodge twins are basically like, oh, look, we got black friends. They're black, and they like MAGA too. And I was just like, no, they just stupid because they know they gonna grab clout and they gonna grift off of y'all because y'all gonna be the dumb ones that actually believe it and listen to it. Like, oh my God, yeah, I do have a black friend and he's MAGA too. And it's just like he knows you're stupid. They know they stupid. They probably dumb themselves because it's just like, man, you're gonna try to downplay something that was so major in this country. It was like you're gonna try to downplay the fact that so many people actually went and protested over the weekend. And people have been protesting for a while. People have been protesting in certain cities. Like, look at Portland, how it's been going on for months now. Shit, look at LA, how it was that. But then they portrayed and tried to downplay it and tried to lie about the whole situation. Like, oh, no, that's not happening. That's not real. And I'm just like, are you fucking serious, MAGA? It was just like, do you come up with anything that actually makes sense or actually is truthful? It's just it's crazy to me because it's always the people of color that cause this issue. It's those Hispanic MAGAs that is just like, bro, you're the one that's being discriminated upon. You're the one that's being persecuted upon. You're the one you're the one that's basically being chased after, even though you voted for this supposedly. So you voted for yourself not to be able to walk down the street without being asked for papers? You voted for walking down the street to just get snatched up and detained, not get due process, get put in a detention cell, and then figure out after a couple of days, oh shit, oh, they were a citizen. I was like, that's what y'all voted for? Because the thing is you notice that it's just like, you don't see them saying that anymore. People of color that went MAGA, you don't hear them saying, this is what I voted for anymore. You notice that? Notice how quiet they get on that part, on the We voted for this. You know white people voted for this because some of them were just racist and wanted this to happen. But for a person of color, I was like, glad you gonna make a difference. That's what needs to happen. Because the thing is too many people though. I was just like, that's the thing with a lot of these people. A lot of these people want to get paid. Even that's on each side. That's on each side. That's on each side. Each side, a lot of them are just riding away because they want to get paid. They want to make that money. They want to do that. They want to get pushed for it. And it's just like the ones that are always talking about, oh, the Cash App. Here's my Cash App. Here's my Venmo and stuff like that. And it was just like the ones that are always asking for donations are always trying to tell you, hey, you could donate to me here. You could donate here. Oh, look at the gifts I got. Look at this. Look at my live goal. My live goal is 1 rose. I ain't trying to do this for clout. I ain't trying to do this for money. The thing is so many of these people do it for money because they know MAGA's too stupid to actually understand. They've been getting conned by Donald Trump this whole time, and they still don't understand that they're being conned. So it's so much easier to try to ridicule. Instead of ridiculing them, it's just like it gets to the point where it's easier to just side with them when they're a person of color. Because then the thing is they gravitate more towards that. Because the thing is if that person of color is being racist, it emboldens them. They get happy about it. They're like, yo, shit, he's being racist. I could be racist and I have his support type shit. That's all it is. That's really all it is. But I'm just waiting for the point where they get turned on. I was just like, that's what it is. It was just like, that's literally all it is. They're just waiting to try to make some money. That's it. They trying their hardest to try to make some money. They have to go and side against their morals. They have to go against everything that they actually believe in because they believe people are going to make money off of them. Or they make money off of people. Because if you notice, look at all these debaters, right? Look at all these debaters. All of them want to debate on the same topics. They never have a solution for anything. They always want to say, oh, this person's dumber than me. Just, hey, look, let me prove it. Let me prove that they dumb. It was like, we already know they dumb. You don't have to prove it anymore. It's been 8 months, going on 9 months that we've seen this stupidity already. It's just for the money that they do it. That's all it is. Because the thing is the more clicks you get paid. The more views you get on TikTok, once you hit that 1,000 mark, that's when you start getting money off of it. But if you don't say anything ignorant or anything that goes with what they're saying, then all of a sudden it doesn't get the views. People just start like, oh shit, I don't want to do this. It was just like, no, it was just like, yeah, MAGA's great. We're still winning. We're doing all of this. And it's just like, bro, y'all don't come up with a talking point that actually does anything. All you're doing is dividing the country more because you thought your rhetoric was going to do better. Your rhetoric hasn't done any better. It was just like, look, put it like, this is the crazy part about it also, right? You see our service members, right? Our service members couldn't get paid, but they diverted money from another fund within the Defense Department to making sure that they got paid. Why is it that you had to divert money from another thing that was already budgeted and already appropriated? But where'd the money to Argentina come from? So you had the money. You've had the money the whole time. But now you're going to act like, oh, we shut down. We can't pay our service members. But damn, that's crazy. You could fund Argentina to the tune of 20 billion, right? You only moved 8 billion to pay our service members, but you were able to give Argentina 20. How does that work? How are we in a shutdown and we owe so much money, but you can come up with more money to give to somebody else? Oh, 40 billion, my bad. Even worse, so 5 times over what you had to move to pay our service members, you were able to send to a different country to alleviate their economic crisis. Look, it's funny. It's funny. You notice how, look at this dude. Look at this dude right here. You notice how this dude was talking all this stuff? Look at his bio. Case in point. Look at this man's bio. Look at his bio. What does he have on it? His Cash App. Like, come on, dude. It was just like you wanted to talk. You one of those grifters yourself, bro. Like, how you gonna how you gonna come in here talking all this nonsense and the first thing he has on his fucking bio is his Cash App? Like, you can't be serious, bro. That's all. Like, you're gonna talk all this nonsense, talk about, oh, you do it for the money, and this, here you are trying to grift on somebody else's fucking life. That's all manga does. They just try to grift. You try to grift wherever you can. Yo, imagine that, bro. Yo, that is beyond hilarious, man. That is beyond hilarious that you come in here trying to talk shit and exactly what I'm talking about. It was just like I needed, I guess, you know when you need like that talking point or that talking figure or that like to put a fucking picture of it, boom, there you go. It was just like a person that has their Cash App directly in their bio because they can't amount to nothing else. Bro, it's okay. That's all y'all do. Y'all all just try to grift. Y'all all just try to grift and y'all all just try to find money somewhere else. Because y'all not smart enough to make it yourselves. So y'all have to go and try to grift off of somebody else. You have to try to join somebody else's live. It was just like you gotta come and say that. Talk about, oh, you do this for money. But your Cash App is there? Your Cash App. Like front and center. It's like, yeah, all y'all could do is laugh because the thing is what else can you do? You can't say I'm right because then you look like you stupid, which we already associated that and put that together. It was just like, oh, now you want to chat. Let's see what I gotta. Let's hear what this grifter got to say. Let's hear what this grifter got to say. I gotta hear this. I gotta hear this. I gotta hear this, man. This should be good.
You do understand you're the one complaining about that, not me, right? Like, I never said anything about getting money.
Hold on. Weren't you the one that
You're
just said,
saying,
just like I'm doing?
People are on here for money. People are on
just
here
like
for money.
I'm. Oh, hold on.
You're on here for money.
Look at this.
You are on here for money too. And you're
I'm
talking
not.
about other people being
I'm
on
not.
here
Who's
for money.
here on for money? Who's here on for
You are
money?
on here for money. You, sir.
How am I here for money?
You
I don't
are on
ask for
here for money.
donations.
So
I
why-
tell my
so why
people
are-
not
why
to
do- Why
donate.
do you have
I
the
tell
gifts
people
on?
not to.
Why are your gifts on?
That's why I have
can
it
turn
at
that
one
off.
row so you can do it. Okay.
You can
So-
turn
so
your
what?
gifts off.
I tell
turn
everybody
them
that
off.
comes in.
Turn your gifts off.
Bro, man,
Right?
he crashing
Turn your
out.
gifts off.
He crashed out because he got caught out.
See, look, look, you're the one saying you're not here for money. Your gifts are on.
It's funny. I tell my people
You're the one here
not to.
for
The
not getting
people
money.
that come here
Everyone else
that
is here to
actually
give money,
follow me,
right?
I tell them not to donate to me. I've always
So
told
then
them
turn
that.
it off.
But why y'all gotta turn it off? You're the one that was coming here saying that all I do it for is that.
You can turn
but
off
you're
your
the one that has
gifts.
your Cash App
You're
on
the
your
one
shit.
saying everyone's out
You
here for
have your
gifts.
Cash App as your primary thing in your bio
Send me
because
some
you a
money. I want you
grifter.
to send me
Because
money.
you a grifter.
Send
So
me
you have
money,
to come
bitch.
over here.
Send me money, boy.
You have to come
Boy,
to try
look,
to
boy.
get
Look,
clout
boy.
somewhere
Look,
else.
boy.
My
Send
dude,
me
you
money,
don't
boy.
even have 10,000
Boy.
followers. That's how I
Boy,
know you
send me
broke.
money.
That's all you got.
Send me money,
Hey,
boy.
imagine you're
Send
gonna
me
try to
money,
gaslight.
boy.
Imagine trying to
Come
gaslight
on,
and being
monkey.
shit at it.
Send me money, monkey
Oh,
boy.
that's the best you
Come
got?
on, monkey boy.
That's the
Send
best
me
you got?
money.
That's the best you got? It's funny. That's the best you got. Man, you must have. It's funny. Imagine being so fucking triggered. He's real big man. Imagine being so fucking triggered that you have to go to racial slurs and then you still get laughed at. You know what the fuck? Yo, you know how funny that is? That you have to try to trigger somebody so bad that you get even more mad and you boy, hey boy, send me some money, boy. I'm just like, come on, bro. We already know you broke. It was just like he thought he was gonna eat. That's the thing with MAGA. MAGA thinks, what's up, Eugene? MAGA thinks that if they start saying slurs, start being racial, start doing all this shit, and it was just like, oh my god, it's every single time is always something that they try to do to try to trigger. Cause it's like, bro, I understand you get no attention. I understand that already. If you come in here like that, you get no attention. Probably get no ass either. It's okay. Nobody's giving you attention. I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction of it. You come in here try to gaslight because you're not worth a damn. You're not worth anything. You haven't accomplished anything. You have to try to accomplish something by going into somebody else's life to be thoughtful. And you're not even thoughtful. You fucking stupid and you ignorant. And it's just like, look at how hard this dude tried to gaslight me. And what he thought, I was going to say something against him? I was like, no, you already showed your ignorance. That's how it always works. We already see your ignorance. It was just like, that's all it is. It was just like, yeah, but I bet you that same person that Griff's on here wouldn't do that in front of anybody else. Because he's an internet tough guy. Like most of them are. They just try to act tough online and try to call you this, try to call you that. Because it's just like, that's all they got. Because they behind the phone. But I bet you he would not even say anything of the sort in front of anybody of color. I bet you he would be awfully quiet. It was just like, nah, it's not about being, it's like, yeah, that's the thing. It was just like, you can't give these people, because the thing is these people are narcissists. They like the attention. They want the attention. So what they try to do is in order for them to get more attention, they have to try to gaslight you. They have to try to anger you. They have to try to get you off your pedestal, because you are on a pedestal and they all the way at the bottom. They trying to reach up to you to get some clout. They trying to get up here, because the thing is that's why I was just like, it's simple. That's why I say everybody that comes in here, I tell them, I don't want y'all to donate here. If y'all gonna donate to somebody that needs it. Don't spend your money here. Don't spend your money here. Spend it on somebody that needs it, on cancer patients, something like that. If you want to support me, watch me on YouTube. That supports me more, because you don't have to give money. And the more views I get, I can get monetized on that one with this account. I'm already monetized with my veterans account. It was just like, it's not even that. It's not even that they have no talking points. The thing is that they resort to verbal attacks, but they forget the fact that I can be ignorant too. The problem is that they can't step up their intellect. That's the difference. My YouTube is on the bio, the second link. So it's the veteran one, and then my Cruz Talks one is the second link on the bio. If that's what y'all want to, y'all can support there. It was just like, I don't want no gifts or anything like that here. I don't need that. Here's to have conversations and chill with y'all. Most of the people that I see, most of these names are already recognized, because y'all been here before. Y'all already know I don't ask for no donations. I don't ask for no gifts. If you're gonna do it, I ain't gonna stop you, because I can't stop you. But there's no way in hell you're gonna have me here asking y'all for money. I'm not gonna ask y'all for donations. If y'all want to donate, that's full-fledged you want to donate. I'm not gonna ask for it. Yeah, do I have a Cash App in my link tree? Yeah, but do you see me publicize it? No, because that's if you really want to donate to me, you can do that. But otherwise, I'm not gonna publicize that shit, because this is just to have conversation. This is where I can reach more people. Because the thing is on YouTube, I don't have enough followers yet to grow up like that. I got 10,000 plus here. So it's easier for me to get in tune with y'all here than it is anywhere other platform, because this pushes it out more faster. It pushes it out faster to other people. TikTok pushes out your live a lot faster because you could just be scrolling through the lives and it's like, oh shit, look at this dude with a Met hat. What he got to say. And if somebody likes what they have to hear, they tune in. But most of the time, I'm not gonna argue with these people. It was just like, it's simple. The hypocrisy of it is that they mad that you successful at something that they not. That's all it is. They mad that you have success doing the same thing they are doing, but you're doing better. That's the whole problem they have with DEI. You got the same job, do the same thing, same qualifications, but I'm just outperforming you. It's okay, MAGA, to be outperformed. Just step your game up. Tighten your bootstraps a bit tighter or something. That's all it is. That's literally all it is. That's all it is, because these people, they just want attention. Like the same thing with Donald Trump. Donald Trump just wants attention. And when you give him that attention, he feels good about himself. That's it. But when you don't pay him no mind and nobody gives a fuck about him, that man gets mad. When he doesn't feel like somebody's kissing his ass enough, he starts making tweets. Like a child. Yeah. That's what it is. When he doesn't get any attention from the people around him, probably, he starts tweeting because it's like, oh, I know all my MAGA followers will stroke my ego. They'll like my fucking statements and stuff like that. It was like, bro, he had to make his own fucking platform because nobody wanted to pay attention to him and any other ones. You notice that? Because Twitter was working just fine. Wasn't Twitter working just fine? He had to make Truth Social so he can have his own app as a narcissist so that people could just gravitate towards him, because that's the only reason people really have that shit. Because who else is on Truth Social? I don't even know what the fucking emblem looks for the fucking thing. You know what that is? That's how narcissistic that dude is. He had to create his own fucking thing. If you don't notice, with all the shit this man is making, it's fucking Trump RX, Trump this, Trump that, Trump this. Like, damn, bro, you have to name everything after yourself? You have to name everything after yourself. Everything you supposedly come up with. Because most of the shit is just taken for somebody else. But it's just like, that's how you got to realize it. It's just like, no, this dude just likes getting attention. That's what MAGA likes to do. MAGA likes getting attention. Donald Trump likes getting attention. Stephen Miller, that's another one that likes the attention. You don't notice how he's always trying to smirk and always got that shit-ass grin all the fucking time when he's talking? Morning, BK. I was just like, it's the same thing. He has that morning, that shit grin every single time because he's actually getting attention. You notice that he's only doing it when he's on camera. Because nobody else listens to that dude. Nobody else listens to the fucking Napoleon complex, little fucking bald-headed fucking mega mind looking fucking Lex Luthor ass. Nobody pays attention to his ass. Have you noticed that? That's all these people do. They like the attention. That's why all of these people are basically newscasters. You notice they all from Fox? Because they like being on TV. Because nobody else pays attention to them. Who the fuck knew who Pete Hegseth was before this? He was on Fox. And you couldn't tell me who Pete Hegseth was. He was on Fox. All these people were on Fox or somewhere else before, but you never heard of them before. But now that they got the limelight, like the best example of how narcissistic these people are is look at what Pete Hegseth did with our military. He called all the top generals around the world to bring them into one spot to tell them something that was already in the regulation, already part of policy, everything that was already known. But he just wanted to hear himself talk. He wanted to have his ego stroked because he wanted to say, I put together all these military service members to listen to me. You ain't hear about none of these people, but now that they got the limelight, all of a sudden, because, bro, where did fucking Lex Luthor come from? Stephen Miller was a nobody, still is a nobody, but he was a nobody. Now they put the camera, like, he was in the administration the last time around. He was in the administration the last time around. Who knew about Stephen Miller? Who heard about Stephen Miller? It's like now that he got some TV time, it's just like, well, this, like, come on, bro, you can't even talk right. And then you got the other fucking dumbass, the fucking secretary of, I don't even know what he fucking does. The stuttering dude that says our economy is gonna be great. Like, nothing wrong. I'm not making fun of him because he has a stutter. He doesn't actually have a stutter. He's just so full of shit that when he's lying, he fucking stutters. Because it's not even like he has a speech impediment. It's just that he stutters every time he tries to fucking come up with some bullshit. Like, come on, bro. You should not take vaccines. Like, bro, what the fuck? You should have taken some more vaccines. Maybe you wouldn't fucking sound the way you do. And I'm supposed to listen to you? The dude stutters because he's lying. Fucking RFK was a fucking junkie beforehand. And all of a sudden, now he wants to fucking be on a fucking cigarette ad commercial telling you not to smoke. But you should listen to him. Because, you know, Tylenol. It was just like most of these people don't get listened to by put it like this right here. This right there. Give you that right there. That shows you that these people, the people that were close to them, didn't pay him any mind, didn't listen to him. The people that are close to these people don't pay them any mind. So they have to go and try to get other people that aren't as intelligent or are dumber than they are to get attention. That's all these people want is attention because they never gotten it. Who the hell pays attention to Stephen Miller? Who the hell pays attention to Pete Hegseth? Ain't nobody listening to RFK. RFK came out to say that fucking Tylenol was a cause of autism, but autism had already been distinguished before fucking Tylenol was even made. How, Sway? How you gonna tell me that's what the cause is? And people want to listen to that shit. Because the thing is if you dumb and don't have any sort of education, you're not gonna fucking know that. You're gonna be like, oh shit, damn, maybe it was a Tylenol. Not knowing that fucking autism was already observed, studied before Tylenol was even created. It was like if you don't have any critical thinking, and look, put it like this. They gravitate towards the dumb people because you know what they say? They don't like smart people, don't like them, and he loves the poorly educated. Why? Because the poorly educated ain't gonna pay attention to anybody else. They're like, damn, that's the same thought process I have. I'm stupid. If I'm stupid and I listen to this stupid dude, but this stupid dude is the president, I'm smart too then. That's their fucking rationale. That's their thought process. It's like, oh shit, Donald Trump sounds smart. I listen to what he says. I believe in what he does. I'm gonna be smart too. No, you still dumb as shit, bro. Like, damn, that shit didn't change. That's what it is. Because the thing is look at what fucking Caroline fucking Levitt just said. Said that most of the Democrats is made up of what? Hamas, terrorist groups, and what's the other one she said? That's what she said. But what are you gonna do if you stupid? Because that's the same thing. Carolyn Levitt's another one. Carolyn Levitt is married to like some 70-year-old dude that don't pay her no mind. Been grooming her for who knows how many fucking years. And this lady don't even read all. You know when she full of shit? Because the thing is she gets mad. I can't believe you asked me such a stupid question. Like, bitch, answer the fucking question. It ain't about you. It's not a personal fucking question. Just answer the fucking question. That's what the press secretary's there for, to answer the question, not to get all fucking in her feelings. She gets mad as fuck, like, and you see her face like, why would you ask such a thing? Like, bitch, because it's a valid question. That's why we asking. Ain't nobody in no damn press secretary at the White House gonna be stupid and ask you a question that they know the answer to. They just want you to confirm it. But you gonna go off a left field and be like, no, that's a dumb question. Why would you? You should go and find the facts. Bitch, I am telling you the facts because I researched it and I'm asking you, the press secretary. You were the one that was making all these fucking fusses about all these statements. We're just asking you more questions. Because the thing is you used to MAGA just be like, yep, that's what he said. Yep. And then when you have actual journalism, you're like, the audacity to ask me fucking my intelligence. Yeah, bitch, because we know you dumb. That's why we always on your ass asking questions. Because the thing is you never have a fucking valid answer. The fucking answer we already know is Joe Biden or the previous administration. The economy's bad, Joe Biden. How dare you ask about the economic numbers? Like, bitch, you fired the dude that was doing the job. And you fired them because they were doing their job. So you mad at me for asking if these numbers are actually correct because the real numbers came out. You fired that person and then you came up with your own numbers. So we got to question you and ask you how the fuck you got those numbers if the person that was doing the job right got fired. Ain't nothing wrong with asking these questions. It was just like MAGA gets offended like it's a personal fucking issue. I'm not asking you for your fucking date of birth or your social. I'm asking you, why are we giving a bailout? Well, it's because, our public affairs, we got to do this. And, the Democrats shut down the government. Bitch, what? That had nothing to do with the fucking Democrats. We asking you about a whole different topic. And you came and come up with, like, come on now. I was just like, how you pick her as press secretary? Like, I know you could have found somebody with a bit more intellect and at least a bit more conniving, I would say. You could have had somebody that could have had some like smart ass remarks without actually saying every single question is a stupid question when it's a valid fucking question. You could have at least done some fucking, you could have gotten another Cash Patel or another Pam Bondi to fucking bullshit through the fucking answer and give you a whole 15-minute speech of how they wrapped around the question and didn't fucking answer it. But you got fucking Caroline Levitt, Pete Hegseth, Mike Walsh. Like the fuck? These are the people you found? These are the people that you thought, because they worked in Fox News and read off a teleprompter, should be fucking addressing people when they never had to actually receive questions the whole time. Hold on, give me a sec. You know what? You know what it took me to realize that this is one thing, right? When this press secretary, Caroline Levitt, answers questions, right? She doesn't even say, when was the last time you heard her say no comment? Or I don't have the information. Every other press secretary be like, you know what? We don't got the answer. We don't got the answer to that right now. We'll get back to you. Caroline Leavitt, I think, is the only press secretary that everything she has to fucking answer with something Democrats, Hamas, Antifa, anti-Semitic, Democrats, and Joe Biden. Every single time. She can't just be like, nah, we don't got the information for that, so we'll get back to you on that. But that's what I'm saying. All her answers are bullshit. It was just like, we haven't had a press secretary that had every answer is bullshit. Like, you know what that is? That every answer is bullshit. You can't even be like, yo, I'm not going to answer that. Or I don't have any comment to that. Or I don't have any more information for that. Because the thing is, it's just like any answer she has, she throws it towards the opposition. Doesn't even answer it, but it's just like, oh, it's the Democrats' fault that this is. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. Like, come on, man. They're just like, the thing is that they think that they're here to try to rub it into your face, like to try to sound like they're funny or like they come up with anything. But the thing is, in actuality, we know you the one that's mad. Are they testing the sirens? What? Must be testing the sirens. Sirens is going on. We ain't got no. That's the thing. The thing is they are mad at the fact that, look, even with all the shit going on, even with all this shit going on, we still outperforming them. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Even with all the winning they've been doing, still outperforming them. They still ain't successful. They still mad at another state doing better than them. That's the thing. And that's the crazy part about it, that they are all so stuck on that. They are so stuck on the fact that they are unqualified. It's just like, what? Because the thing is just like, everything, like, put it like this, everything that they were mad at for Joe Biden, where's it at now? The thing is the crazy thing is they can't even tell you what they were mad at during the Democratic years. They can't even tell you what they were mad at during the Democratic years. He said borders closed and deportations happen, life's great. That was happening under Joe Biden too. Isn't that interesting? That Joe Biden was working on the border. Oh, but remember, the Republicans and Donald Trump said not to pass that because he needed it as a talking point. He needed it as a reason because they had a bipartisan bill that was going to be signed under Joe Biden to put more money into the fucking infrastructure of the southern border. And what did Republicans do? Republicans said no. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Oh, everything is like the bill. See, the classic excuse. The classic excuse. But the big, beautiful bill was great, right? Cutting people's Medicare and Medicaid is great, right? that was the good part about it, right? That was the bill that was good, right? Everybody losing health care, right? That's the good. Everybody's premiums going up. Everybody's fucking money having to cost less, right? That's what the bill was. That was the bad part of the bill. Yo, it's funny how it's always it's the same nonsense. It's the same nonsense. So tell me then, if that bill was trash, what bill did they pass to give Argentina $40 billion? Because that one was bad, right? To fix the border where they both agreed was bad. But where's the bill that's given $40 billion to Argentina? What was that? Yeah, see, let's do the typical. Let's run away from the actual conversation and come up with something else. Let's do that, right? Where's that bill? Cause you winning, right? Cause we're America first, right? But we got fucking $40 billion to give to fucking Argentina, but we had to switch money around to give our service members pay. Ain't that crazy? So what you're saying is that they can give another country $40 billion, but they can't spread $40 billion to 330 million people in the U.S. That's what you're telling me? That's what you're telling me. That's what you're telling me. So 40 billion can go to another country, but you mean to tell me that 40 billion couldn't be spread throughout all the Americans in the country? All the people that filed taxes, they couldn't get no money back from 40 billion? Because literally it's our own money. That's crazy, isn't it? Damn, it must be crazy to be stupid, huh? It was like, don't pay him any mind, because that's what he wants to do. He wants you to start talking about something else because he doesn't want to stay on topic. That's why MAGA does that. MAGA tries to bring everything else besides stay on topic. Because what were we talking about? We were talking about the bill being bad, right? So which bill was it that gave Argentina 40 billion? But you see, they got to divert and they got to change the topic because they know they can't win that one. Because when they want to say America first, it can't be America first if you can give 40 billion away. Shit, we still giving Ukraine money. Shit, we still doing fucking Israel money. Yet we don't got no money. We can't even pay our own people. That's crazy, isn't it? Isn't that crazy? Look, another one that just wants to say, boy, bro, your manhood is childlike. The only person that's a boy here is yourself. That's the only boy that's the boy part you have is your manhood. Because that's what you think you're going to do. It was like, bro. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you already sound stupid enough.
Why? Because I'm smarter than you?
Yeah, that's exactly the reason why. So tell me where the bill is for the 40 billion to Argentina.
You're talking about 40 billion to Argentina when Biden sent billions and billions to Ukraine.
Aren't we still giving money to? I thought we were going to end the war in Russia, and he's still giving them more money.
You're a joke, boy.
I'm a joke. It's funny. I'm a joke. I'm a joke. Yet the thing is it's always Biden. Bro, we've been in this administration for 8 months, and we've been giving money to Ukraine, Israel. Who else have we been giving money to? Oh, see, now he what? You at work right now? You can't talk right now? I was just like, what? You had to go. He don't have no answers. He just come up here to just talk nonsense. It's just like that's the whole thing. It's just like they come up here just to talk nonsense. It was just like, come on, man. We know you ain't worth a damn. His mom probably be like, yo, I need you to get off that phone and do some chores with your 50-year-old ass. You need to move out your damn mama's house. That's what you need to fucking do. Like, but Biden been doing this since Biden been doing this. You know what the crazy thing about it is? That they always want to say Biden did this, but they forget that Republicans voted for the shit too. Biden did it, but Republicans made it. Republicans voted for everything every single time. They voted for Israel to get money. Ain't got shit to say there, right? They voted for Ukraine to keep on getting. Wasn't it the Republican representatives that went to the fucking ammunition and they were signing off the fucking explosives? Wasn't it Republicans doing that? You know how they like to engrave everything? Because, you know, everybody that does that, you know how they like to engrave anything? They like to engrave anything. Funny. See, look, this. See, let's change the topic, right? Let's change the topic, right? Funny how more people were deported during Joe Biden's administration than Donald Trump's was. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? I was like, come on, it's the same rhetoric. It's the same nonsense all the time. I was just like, bro, he had to come up and just be like, Biden this, Biden that. You must be watching Caroline Levitt the whole time, right? I'm not even gonna say they listening to Donald Trump, because Donald Trump just comes out his mouth and says some random ass shit. It has to be Levitt, because Levitt is the only one that pushes Biden more than Biden himself. Biden should have put her as a fucking campaign trail fucking person, and he would have fucking legit won even without running, because of how much Biden come out that woman's mouth. It's crazy. Donald Trump is in office. Donald Trump is the one that just gave $40 billion away. Cause the crazy thing is like, with Ukraine, they're doing that to keep fucking Russia at bay. What are we doing this for Argentina for? What exactly? So we help in a war so that we don't have to send our own troops into Ukraine. So we're giving them our old ammunition, our old stockpile. We're not even giving them the good shit. We're giving them the old shit that we don't even want to use because we don't have no use for it. And you giving money to Argentina? You giving money to Argentina, and then you're gonna buy the meat from them. So, because Argentina does have great meat, though. If I've ever purchased meat from Argentina, Argentina be having some great meat. These people always have them in their fucking thought process, and it's always the same fucking thing because they ain't got nothing else to say. The people that are mad are them. They're the people that are mad. They are mad at the fact that Joe Biden was actually doing shit for them. Joe Biden did more and has done more than what fucking Donald Trump has done the whole time. The whole fucking time, Joe Biden has done more than Donald Trump has for them. Infrastructure Act bailed out the farmers the last time. Imagine that. Imagine that you were so mad at Joe Biden, but Joe Biden was the one that bailed you out. All these farmers that decided to vote for fucking Donald Trump, the person that almost led them to bankruptcy the first time, decided to fucking vote for him again, even though it was Biden that bailed them out. Biden bailed them out. Joe Biden bailed out these fucking farmers. And yet, again, you went and voted for Donald Trump. And tell me I'm supposed to feel bad? You see this? You see this? Where's our economy? Where's our fucking healthcare? Please tell me. Please tell me where our healthcare is. Where's our economy? Because we got 20 billion that we could just throw away. That hold on, you're actually paying for. So you're gonna pay 20 billion to fix somebody else's healthcare, but you won't take 20 billion to help our healthcare. Oh, now it's a loan. It gets better, don't it? It gets better. Hold on. I got a question. If it was a loan, why can't we loan the money to ourselves and we paying for it? Why can't we loan the money to ourselves? We already what, $36 trillion in debt? What's another 20 billion to us? Please tell me what's adding another 20 billion and giving it back to the American people when we already $37 trillion in debt? We ain't going any. We gonna keep on going higher because remember, the Republicans made sure that with this bill that the deficit cap went up another 4.5 trillion. So exactly if it's 40 million, 20 billion, why ain't that money coming to us? You had 40 billion to give to somebody else because their economy was down. Don't you think 20 billion would be good spread across this country? You don't think so? I'm just I'm just trying to like why couldn't we get that money for us? 40 billion. And then the money to ICE. Imagine, just imagine this. Imagine this. Imagine you took like that $80 billion total and put it into the economy. Or better yet, $80 billion to help start funding universal health care. Or even $80 billion to make sure our school system has adequate funding. Or even $80 billion to make sure our infrastructure isn't falling apart, where our roads is all fucked up. Imagine $80 billion. Look at that. 8 billion fixes homelessness. You still got 71 billion to go. You said, nah, bro, that's socialist. Yo, the crazy thing about that, Villa, it's just like, that's socialist. You know what the thing is that's crazy about it is that MAGA will always be like that. They hate socialism, but they love spreading it. You notice that? Republicans and MAGA hate socialism, but they love spreading it. Make that make sense. How does that make any sense? You hate it so much here, but you love to make sure everybody else got it. You notice that? I don't think you have noticed that. I don't think most people have noticed that. You hate socialism in your own country, but you love giving it from everybody else. Because you hate socialism. You don't want it's too expensive to get universal health care in the United States, but it's not expensive to make sure that Israel has it. And it's definitely not expensive now to give it to Argentina. Bro, the crazy thing is If we in a government shutdown where the reason is because the budget and the appropriations haven't been done, where the fuck did you get $40 billion from? If we ain't got no funding and appropriations and the budget hasn't been made, where did you come up with fucking $40 billion? I'm he said interesting. I'm just thinking out loud here because you realize that it's just like, damn, hold on, we ain't got no from the tariffs. Yeah, yeah. So from you, okay. Oh man, that shit is funny to me, man. That's funny. The government shut down, but your taxes still coming out. Ain't that crazy? I'm just saying. Your federal tax is still coming out. Your federal tax is still coming out, even though the government shut down. I understand if you took my state taxes, I would understand that. But federally, y'all shut the fuck down. So how the fuck y'all still taking my money at the federal level? Y'all shouldn't be taking any of my federal level. If y'all not operating, why the fuck should I be getting money tax from it? Now, state tax, that's different. State tax, I understand. They might even think about that. I'm just saying, yo, it's just these thought process. These are the things that come into my head. Like, bro, I'm paying federal taxes, but the federal government is shut down. Now, if you told me you're taking my state taxes, I understand. I still reside in the state. The state is still functioning. The state is still providing the necessities. But the federal ain't. The federal level said we ain't doing shit. But our Congress people are getting paid. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. How that happen? How that work? These people are on paid vacation. It's not even paid vacation. These people are like on paid retirement because they don't do work while they working in the first place. It was like, imagine this. Imagine you took away the funding from Congress to get paid and actually gave that to the people that got furloughed because they're actually working. Or those people that are actually working right now and aren't getting paid and are federal workers. Notice how crazy that is? You notice how crazy that is? Federal tax is still being taken out, but the federal government says, I don't want to work. Imagine you say you don't want to work. Somebody's still taking money out your pocket. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy that y'all want to hold the shutdown so bad? Y'all want to hold the shutdown so bad that you want to lie. Like, imagine, like, Mike Johnson's weasel ass. Like, Mike Johnson has been so full of shit that the shit is just starting to fucking ooze out his ears now because of how much bullshit coming out his mouth. Like, he tried to say that he didn't fucking put in the Arizona representative because of the Pelosi president. Because Nancy Pelosi, it took her 25 days to certify the person that was coming in to a position. Mind you, that representative told Nancy Pelosi she wanted to do it 25 days later because she wanted to make sure her family was there in attendance. Yet Mike Johnson certified two Republicans right after they won the election, the day after. But now he's trying to say that, oh, no, we're not doing this because, you know, that's how the Democrats did it. I was like, bro, the Democrats, it took them 25 days because they asked to be put in 25 days. This shutdown has been planned already. They already know what they're doing. People just need to stop being ignorant about it. They know what they're doing. They're trying to get rid of people. They're trying to fire people. Because the thing is if ain't nobody got a job right now and we ain't paying you anyway, it's easy for me to say I don't need you. Hey, bro, I can't pay you. They not going to put you on the clock. What job you go to talk about you going to work and you're not going to get paid? Hey, bro, hey, bro, we ain't got the funds, bro. We ain't got the money to pay you, bro. So I'm going to have to let you go. How many times haven't you heard people say that? How many times haven't you seen people go through that situation? Where it's just like, hey, the place is just like, hey, man, I ain't got the money, so I ain't gonna be able to put you on the clock. Especially them blue collar jobs. It's like, hey, man, the funding came in for this construction job, but it's only gonna be this amount, and we don't need this many people, so we ain't gonna need you for this construction job. So we ain't gonna pay you. But if you want to come out and help, you can. The fuck? It's simple. They ain't gonna be no, you can't, the thing is that they ain't gonna be no lawsuits for it. Because the thing is they're basically gonna say it just like, the reason we got rid of you is because we didn't have the money to pay you. It wasn't a performance issue, because look, they already tried the performance issue. They tried that with Elon. Did y'all forget that? Did y'all forget the whole, I need you to send me an email telling me what you did, 5 things that you did this week? Y'all forgot about that, huh? Did that just skip over your head? Y'all totally forgot about that part, did y'all? Y'all totally forgot that that's what they were trying to do. They trying to get rid of these people. The easiest way was like, hey, do you want to retire early? Remember, if you want to retire early or RFI, we'll let you go that way. Second one it's just like, we need to do performance evaluations. And we're just like, oh, let's get rid of the people that were on probation. You know why? Because we don't have to justify why we got rid of them. We just have to say they were in the probationary period. So, because they were in a probationary period, all in there. But since we don't got the money to pay you, we just gonna have to let you go. And that got rid of some people, right? So some people got rid of there. And then remember, they tried to just outright fire people. But then what did the judges come and do? Them judges was like, nah, we can't do that. Judges was just like, nah, you can't do that. You just can't fire people just to get rid of them just because you think you want to. So those people got brought back. So, all right, what else can we do? All right, let's put Elon in and say this is fucking for efficiency reasons. And then let's get rid of that. Let's say they're not up to par with whatever standards we have. All of them don't have union contracts. That's the thing. Everybody isn't in the union. Some of them do, some of them won't, and some of them won't even want to be a part of it. A lot of them is the thought process like, damn, bro, we going against the United States government? I'm good, bro. I don't want that smoke. Some of them just feel like... Some of them are just like, I don't want that smoke. I don't want to be going against the United States government. No, I'll pass. I'll go get another job. That's how a lot of people think. It was just like, bro, it's the United States government. These people, $37 trillion in debt. I haven't even gotten that much into debt, but I can't afford to go against these people. It's that simple. So look at that. Look at, those are all the functions you did. You did that. You wanted to get people to retire early or leave early or resign early. You got people to do evaluative issues to basically try to get rid of them. And then the probationary period got rid of, and then the other people. But now that you saw that the judges were giving you such a tough time to actually be able to get rid of people, it was just like, what else can we do? It's like, damn, what else can we do to make this shit work? Because these people are stopping us at every, you know what? If they can't come to work, they don't need a job. You know what can work? If we shut down the government, even though we know we could just pass it, We can continue to get rid of these people and just be like, hey, the longer this goes, the less we realize we needed you. The longer this shutdown goes, it's easier to justify that, hey, we've been able to do this without you. Because you were furloughed, so you weren't getting paid. You weren't even showing up to work. But we were still able to do the functions, even though we didn't do them well. Or are going to do them well, but we're still able to do them. Now we have the reason to, you know what? Just terminate you. We don't need the job. We're going to push more AI shit to get it done. We don't really need you. So unfortunately, you've been furloughed, but now we're going to have to let you go. That's all it is. Why do we need you? We don't need you. If we're not paying you, we're doing this while you're not working, we are going to fire you, unfortunately. We're going to back pay you till that day, but then after that, we don't need it. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like an easier way to do it. It's an easier way to manipulate the system without having to go through the turmoil, because you don't have to go to court for that. We fired you because we don't need you, and we cut the budget for it. That's the whole thing. Also, that whole cutting of the budget thing was a way to trim off money on these certain areas where, you know, these bad contracts that we were still paying out. It was just like, oh, we don't have that money. We saved that money. We got rid of that contract. So now that we don't have that money, we don't have the money to pay you. Yeah, it's simple. We don't need you to do this job. So since we don't need you to do this job, you're being fired or you're being let go. You're not being replaced. We just won't have that position anymore. Yeah, Doge had too much backlash for the firings, but that was one of the processes that they were using. Once they started seeing that it was illegal and judges were saying, no, just like, we got to get rid of these people that ain't loyal to us in another way. The DOD found money that they moved over from another account to pay the soldiers. I was like, so you had this money the whole time. Because remember, the Pentagon hasn't passed an audit in the past 7 years. It's just an easy way to do it. And then that's how you get people stuck in the wrong things. Because then the thing is what happens? This is why you got to think of the long game, right? This is why you got to think of the long game with MAGA and this whole administration. What happens when you get let go of this job, right? You still got bills. Still got health care. Still got premiums. Still got kids to take care of. But now you're not working at the federal level. Now you have to pick a job, or you may have to get a job that you know ain't worth your skill set. Why? Because you still need to pay the bills. You still need to get shit done. Your kids still need to be taken care of. That mortgage payment ain't going nowhere. That property tax payment ain't going nowhere. That car note ain't going nowhere. And now everybody's struggling. And now everybody starts doing shit that they don't want to do. Because now you start filling up the jobs that they didn't want, that people didn't want to do. We ain't got this federal job no more, so you're going to have to find something else that does the same shit for less pay. I'm sorry. So what does that put people in? It puts more people into a struggle because you start putting everybody's health care up. You start putting the prices of everything up. But now you ain't got people with jobs. How the fuck is the economy going to run? Oh, that's right. You're going to have to pick up side jobs. You're going to have to do 2 jobs to do that shit. You know why? You ain't going to have that leisurely time to do what you wanted to do and actually enjoy life. Because now we going to have you working day in and day fucking out. That's the long game. The long game is to do all this so that you are still working, so that you are still struggling, so that you are still going through this issue. That's the long game. Yeah, because the thing is you're gonna look, if you have shit that you have and you still gotta pay it, you gonna go and work at these jobs that you know you wouldn't be paying for. They want you to work at everything else. What it is, it's just the updated version, Villa. That's all it is. This is the updated, this is the 2000s version of it. We gonna have you working, and the thing is you're gonna work just to pay off your debt. Because before you were making enough money, prices were down, corporations and everything you were buying was down. But now since it's all up, I know you gotta work longer hours. You think incentivizing supposedly time and a half was just a coincidence? You think they didn't just throw that out to people and be like, hey, look, you're getting paid time and a half now. No tax on overtime. You didn't think that was just, when the fuck does the government ever give you something without expecting or getting something back? So you thought you was going to get no tax on overtime just for shits and giggles? Nah, because they want you to work those longer hours. They want you to work more. But the thing is you only getting that credit at the end of the year. So after you've already broken yourself down, fucking working multiple jobs, working crazy ass fucking hours just to catch up or meet up with the standard that you were at, what you doing now? You're going to get a couple of dollars back, and then you're going to go right back into the grind. Shit, you ain't even going to stop the grind, because the grind don't stop. Well, working don't stop unless you're in Congress. Then that shit just stops, or, you decide not to show up to work and still get paid. Oh, the boss. That's the thing in Project 2025. That's something that they were trying to change. Also, it was just like all they're doing is methodically. They're doing this in sections. The thing is that they switch what section they doing to throw you off what's going on. No, because the thing is they're not. They want to switch it that it's no longer a 40-hour work week. It's an 160-hour month. It's 160 hours a month. Because the thing is if they put it like that, then you only get overtime if you go over 160 hours. There's no need to worry about 40 hours. Because the thing is even if you split it up into 2 80-hour 2-week sessions, it's going to be like, all right, you got to work more than these 80 hours in these 2 weeks to do it. And then that's if you haven't worked in like sales or something like that. If you work in sales, you know how they do that. Because the thing is that's why you never get a set schedule. They move you here, they move you there. You get to a certain amount of hours, and then what? You no longer on the schedule because you was about to make too much money. You was about to cross that threshold where we had to consider you full time. You were about to cut that threshold where we were going to have to pay for some medical insurance for you. We ain't trying to spend no more money on you. We want you to come in and work, but we want you to work enough to help us do what we got, but pay you enough that you still coming back. See, boss, see, hey, it's a trick, man. It's a fucking trick. Is that people don't associate that, because the thing is they want to change the system that way, but they start throwing you in different places. They want you to get pissed off at what? They want you to get pissed off with people being deported. They want you to be in these protests. They want you to do all this shit. Because then at the same time, they going after birthright citizenship over here. You ain't paying attention to that. You ain't hear about the Supreme Court thing because they ain't covering that. They made sure to make sure that they publicize anything that has to do with ICE, because that'll entertain you and it'll piss you off more than them trying to take away birthright citizenship. or you not paying attention to the fact that Louisiana right now is up against the country because they're trying to get rid of the Voting Rights Act of 1964, saying that race should not be a pertinent issue as to change it. That's all going on. They just send you over here because over there you're gonna be like, damn, ICE is doing some wild ass shit while they in the background doing some other shit. Like, put it like this. Yeah. And you, if you're a part-time worker with no benefits working overtime, you don't gotta get paid extra. You ain't gonna get paid extra if you part-time. If you part-time, you part-time. Meaning I don't have to give you any other corporate benefit or anything because you part-time. But I'm gonna have you working more than the hours than you should be working, but I'm not gonna have to pay you overtime. And if you're not getting paid overtime, that means you're not meeting the threshold to be a full-time worker. And if you're not meeting the threshold to be a full-time worker, that means I don't got to give you any medical benefits. I don't have to try to give you a matching 401k or 401b or whatever you want to use. Yeah, basically anything on it. They'll cut your hours because the thing is like, look, put it like this. They're going to try to make it that they can stretch it out so that you can keep on working for more. But then at the same time, when they don't need you to come into work, they don't need you to come into work, meaning they don't need to pay you. What's up, Southwest? That's the thing. I don't need to pay you. And if I don't need to pay you, that means my profit goes up. My profit goes up because I don't have to pay you. My profit goes up if I don't have to pay for your medical. My profit goes up if I don't have to provide any dental or vision. My profit just keeps going up. But what doesn't go up? Your capability. Why? Because the thing is since you don't get covered by the corporation, now you got to pay the high ass premiums to get your own health insurance. Because you know it's a lot cheaper when the corporation is giving it to you because they get it at wholesale prices because they got group policies that cover a whole bunch of people. And they just pay a certain amount. But if I have you not on that, that means now you got to go onto the market. You got to pay these high ass premiums because your company ain't subsidizing any of it. So now you paying these high ass premiums while working part-time, while not getting your hours and your benefits. Shit world we live in, y'all. But this is why I gotta explain it to people. This is why I gotta enlighten people. This is why I gotta tell people this so that people understand that that's the process of it. Oh yeah, the union busting is another thing too. Because the thing is if you don't have a union, you don't have anybody to fight for you. You don't have anyone that's gonna make sure, hey, we're getting a certain amount of raise because we saw how much money you made in profit. That's why they don't like unions, because unions work together and they work for the employee. We don't want that shit. We don't want you getting more. Man, anytime a union has a problem with something, what happens? Pay goes up. When was the last time you heard a union fighting for something and it wasn't for more pay? Or more benefits? Or more anything for the employee? When's the last time you heard a union say, we going on strike because we getting paid too much? I haven't. I haven't seen that union yet. If it is, let me know because I'll go work for them. I don't know what the fuck I do. But shit, I never heard a union be like, yo, man, we going on strike because they just paying us too much, man. My health care, I don't gotta pay for that shit. I can't be doing this shit, man. I need to pay more for. Nobody says that. Nobody. No union. Like, y'all remember when the ports were shutting down? The shipping docks were shutting down? What were they asking for? More pay, less automation, more benefits. Motherfucker said we gonna shut down the whole fucking industry. You know, the whole industry ain't nobody getting anything in. What was it for? To get more money. Look at the fact that how mad they got at the Amazon for making their fucking union. You heard about how Amazon was trying to make sure people didn't get enough bathroom breaks, weren't getting paid enough. Why you think they were so mad at that? Damn, now we gotta fucking pay these people through a union? Damn, now I gotta fucking give them benefits? Yeah, I didn't notice that. Yeah, they don't pay attention to that. Most people don't. Most people, some people are in unions and don't actually know that the union is actually doing shit for them. They just think, oh, these people just make money. They're just like, and there you go. Amazon is filling their warehouses with robots now. Why? I ain't trying to pay you. I'm trying to underpay you. I'd rather have a damn robot. You know why? Because the robot ain't going to tell me he needs a piss break. Ain't no robot going to be like, yo, bro, my healthcare ain't covering. What robot you know is going to unionize? You're going to have a union of fucking robots like, bro, they working us too hard. Never. You don't think that putting that into the big beautiful bill was part of it also, where they decided that, hey, for the next 10 years nobody's gonna say anything towards AI regulation? Y'all didn't notice that was part of the bill that was thrown in there also? That for the next 10 years AI will be able to be done and state regulations will not be able to impede it. So basically, you know, the same way how they noticed, what were the port workers complaining about? What were the port workers complaining about? Because that's what I'm saying. All these things get tied into each other because you have to pay attention to it because they're learning and seeing what one group is doing. So it's just like, what can we do so that the next group doesn't do that? These people were complaining that they were getting replaced by automation, basically cranes that were picking up, moving. So you know what? That was a complaint they had. But if we push more of it, that means they ain't going to be able to complain more about it because they're not going to have the job to complain about. Because it's going to be automated. All these corporations and all this, because the thing is if I don't have to pay you, that's money that comes into my pocket. Shit. Put it like this. If we paying $50,000 to 10 different workers and I replace all of them with robots, that's $50,000 for 10 people. I don't got to pay no more. Because that's what you're paying them. You're paying them the $50,000. That doesn't count how much you're paying for their health insurance. That doesn't count for how much is going through to their dental and their vision. Because it's $50,000 that they're getting paid. But then you're still paying more for all these insurance clauses. But if I don't got to worry about that, how much money am I saving? Notice how my profit just started going up for no reason because I don't got to worry about these people. And that's why they want automated. That's why they want it. That's why they want to push it further because then the thing is it makes it so that the jobs you get, you going to have to work. This is all we got. They don't want you to be educated for that reason also. They want you to do the trades and all this stuff because the thing is that's what they always do. 20 years ago, we needed trades again. Then everybody went into trade. So you had everybody that can fix shit now. All this generation now, all these blue collar workers are all fixers. So what did you need the next generation? We need people to educate. Why? Because we need these people to be able to run our administrative stuff, be able to run the corporations, be able to do this. But now we got AI. We got AI. The shit that a person at a desk would do, a computer can do. Shit. Haven't you noticed how sometimes you just get an automated fucking person on the fucking phone? That used to be a job. Now you got to repeat yourself 15 fucking times for them to fucking understand what you asking for. And all you gonna do anyway is representative, representative, fucking representative. It's just like that's what you keep on doing, right? Because the fucking computer don't fucking understand this shit. But that's why they want to make AI better, because the thing is they keep on doing it. They keep on pushing it. You asking for a representative anyway, because the thing is you got to go through fucking 8 numbers and be like, if you want to, first they're going to hit you with that long ass menu that has every single fucking digit that has a different thing. And then you're going to click on that. Please pay attention to the menu, as some of the fucking things have changed. It's been the same shit for the past fucking 5 years. It was just like, 1, if you want to do this. 2, if you want to do this. 3, and you went all the way down and you forgot what the fuck you was doing, and then you had to start all over. If you want to repeat this, please press pound. 0, representative. That's all it is. It's an easier way for them to make money, but it's still going to make you struggle. It's going to make you seem like, and that's what people, just like people having these things, is just like, nah, they ain't cutting profits. They making more profits. Ain't nothing to cut profits. It's basically to make more money for these corporations, but make it more difficult for you. Because the thing is if you cut some of these jobs, then it leads you to do other jobs. And right now, we don't have robotics yet that can do plumbing. We don't have robotics that can do electricity. We don't have all that shit. But the thing is like, hey, if we take this generation and put them into doing that trade stuff, then we have all these people that know how to do these trades. And within 10 years, we can figure out how to do our robotics and enhance it so that we can have these people train the AI. Anything about that? Yeah. You ain't thinking about that, huh? They training AI now with people. AI is talking and having conversations. That's why they want you to feed into it, because the thing is your information is out there. Everybody don't think the same way. It's basically like, look, you're training AI basically to be able to be more realistic so that they give you more answers. They have personalities. They can be smart asses. They can talk in a certain way. It's just like the more that happens, the more it's easier to integrate. And then when you got everything else going up in price, the easier for the survival of the fittest to come out. I was like, you can train your AI now. You can go into Chat GPT and you can start training your AI. You can go into any one of these AI things and you can start training it and telling it. You can have your AI write fucking papers for you. A lot of college students are doing that now, which is crazy. A lot of college students are doing that. It's just that it takes time. It takes time to learn these things. It takes time to master these things. But you got to remember, look at the people that have like PhDs, right? These people been doing all that shit for how many years? Everybody that has a PhD has been doing their fucking expertise in that field for decades. And now you have something that can put all their information together like this. And you spent your whole fucking life trying to figure that shit out. Every single paper you wrote, every single fucking thesis you had, every single journal reviewed, peer reviewed fucking document you published, that shit already knows and summarized it like that. Yeah, it's always the thing is you're being programmed. It's easier to do that because then the thing is once you start saying like automated taxis, automated driving cars, you get rid of a whole industry like that. Ain't no cab drivers no more. Ain't nobody working when they want to work. Yeah, everybody sounds like polite robots because most of them just have AI write it. They don't know how to prompt it. They don't know. Like literally, you can teach AI to write how you do. We actually did that in one of my master's degree classes. One of our professors, he's big into AI. And he was like, look, what I want you to do, I want you to see the power that this has. And I was just like, what? He was like, yeah. He was like, take all the papers that you had, thesis, like your essays, your fucking projects, all that shit, upload it into a thing. And all you got to do is tell it, hey, learn the analyze how I write, how I speak, and then give it a topic to write about. And then you're gonna be like, what the fuck? You're gonna be shocked. Yep. And then you could just say that. It was like, you know what? I don't like that tone. Can you make it a bit more apolitical? Or can you make it more democratic? Make it sound like you are more liberal tendency, or make it more sound like you have a Republican backing or background and shit like that. I was just like, and that's here's your 5-page essay. And you would have been here for fucking hours trying to figure out, type in, researching, and be like, nope. And it sounds like you because it's already read all your talking points and the way you sound when you make sentences. So it makes that analytical thinking crazy. That's why you want to keep the people, the poorly educated. But then at the same time, if you actually use Chat GPT to learn things, shit is crazy. You can learn shit without even realizing how fast you can learn it because it'll explain it to you. You can literally help MAGA out by telling MAGA, yo, explain this to me in a 5th grade level. Shit might even make you diagrams. That's how crazy shit is right now. That shit will make you a diagram if you ask it. It was like, can you explain this in diagram format? Oh, yes. Creating picture rendered, and there you go. I was just like, you right, they still wouldn't get it, but no, I think they would because it'll be broken down so like you can break it down like that simple with Chat GPT. Yeah, within under a minute. So that's the thing. It's just like it's gonna do a lot. It's gonna like AI right now is doing that shit with fucking lives. It's like people don't realize that AI is being used on TikTok too. All the people that's in my live right now are not live here. Some of them are just bots. And they just listen in and they just listen in on trigger words. So when you say MAGA, and we're just like, oh, he's pushing MAGA stuff. Let's throw some more people in there. You say Donald Trump, oh, let's push more people in there. You say Joe Biden, oh, let's push more people in there. You say something about Israel, then be like, oh shit. It just starts tanking. Everything is AI because everything is listening. Because the thing is they're trying to teach it. Once you start saying the shit, because look, the lives that I've had the most, like I said, I think I had the highest I had was like 2,500, and that's when I was talking about the bullshit about his ear getting shot when we know Donald Trump's ear did not get shot, and I got banned for that. They said it was misinformation. I was just talking facts on how the shit didn't make sense. Yeah, but that's the thing. They gonna do that because the thing is, it's gonna replace all that shit. Making you can make a fucking song. I just seen some people that actually have a lot of fucking. They were coding fucking techno beats, coding it, like literally coding it and making the beat. Kanye never lied. Kanye has always been telling everybody the truth. The thing is when you start telling people the truth, they get mad and they start saying you crazy. You a fear monger. Didn't they say that about me? How many MAGA didn't come in here and tell me I was a fear monger for all the shit I've been telling y'all, and it's actually been happening exactly how I've been telling y'all? I've been a fear monger the whole time. This whole time I've been telling you, yo, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're telling you about this while they're working on that. I've been saying that since September. Shit, look, they still doing it to me. They still say I'm fear monger. Who's paying you, bro? Who's paying? What Democrat is paying you? It's the same shit. It's the same shit. I'm the crazy one. I'm the one that's bringing fear. I'm the one that's talking hate. I'm just talking the truth. The thing is that people don't want to see it in that light, or some people don't get it in that perception or that perspective. And it's just like, damn, Cruz is just crazy. This dude be talking a whole lot of shit. I haven't been wrong. Anybody that's making sense is getting paid. Because it's like, damn, this dude got too many talking points. They got to be paying him. He know too much. That's all. He know too much. We got to... Who's paying this dude? He know too much. It was just like, look, I went through Project 2025. I explained people Project 2025. I've told them about what was happening in Project 2025. This shit happened, and then I stopped getting called a fearmonger. Now I'm just misinformed. You see how that changed? I went from being a fearmonger to being misinformed. Because I've said all of this shit. It was just like the way they were doing, the way they were going about it. I said all of this shit. And it's just like people don't understand. AI is going to be a good and bad thing, but AI is going to be used to replace a lot of people's jobs so that they don't do those jobs. Because it's easier to run a corporation when you don't have any political backing and saying anything against who's president. It's easier to replace your job if I know I don't got to pay you. What you gonna complain about the company if you ain't in part of it anymore? Why, Tish? Because it's easier to control and manipulate that way. Because you got to remember, look at it like this. Back in the day, it's just like, it's the Confederacy basically reverting itself and just changing its way into modern ways. That's all it is. Because the thing is what happened before? Before, the only way you can vote was what? You had to own land. Now it's trying to be like, hey, you need to own a home. Damn, what's hard to fucking buy right now? What's getting harder to own right now or purchase right now? Damn, homes. We used to say that you can only vote if you own property. Well, if you don't own a home and you renting, you don't have a stake in this area. Why? Because you don't own the place. You don't pay property tax on this home. You don't pay property tax here. So literally, why should we listen to what you got to say if you don't own any of the stuff that's here? The same way with unions. We don't got to listen to you if the robot is doing the job. The robot ain't going to ask for a fucking raise. You ain't got to look. Put it like this. What the fuck do I need HR for if it's robots? What you need HR for? You gonna have robots cracking jokes at each other? You don't have to worry about a robot being racist. You don't have to worry about a robot being discriminatory. Ain't no robot gonna tell the other robot, hey, bro, you working too hard. Ain't no robot gonna ask the other robot, hey, bro, how much you getting paid, bro? How much you getting paid? You got a raise? How much your raise was? So I could tell them so I could try to get a raise too. Hey, I ain't gonna need none of that shit. Yes. See, this is the thing. Look at what you said. And people have to fix it. That's now. How long has it been since Elon been having driving cars? And the technology's only getting better. Imagine what's gonna happen in another 10 years. They gonna make that robot, that dog robot, whatever you have, and they gonna make it so it doesn't fuck up. Or you know what? Put it like this. If that dog fucks up, it's still gonna be cheaper to buy another dog than to pay a person to fix it. That's the thing. They want you to get, that's why they pushing for trades in robotics, because they want you to start training this shit. Because the thing is there's certain things that they just don't have the capabilities of doing yet. They don't have the capabilities of doing that yet. Once they get to that point, then they're gonna do it. A person will have to install it till it's automated. Because the thing is put it like this, D. You got this dog, right? You got this robot, whatever it is, right? You have this. What says that you ain't gonna have the money and the automation to just build another robot within the company to just replace anything that malfunctions? It's already automated. Most cars are automated when they get built. It's only certain touches that need the human touch to it. And then after that, that's it. But if I only got to pay 2 people instead of the fucking 45 to operate the shit, I could pay 2 people. Healthcare ain't that bad for 2 people. But 50, hey man, that starts cutting in. That starts cutting into my profit. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna take time for that to happen. It's gonna take time for that to happen, but it's gonna happen. It was like AI is gonna be integrated into everything. Everything you have now has AI. Because they just want you to teach it. You want you to learn. The thing is like they want to listen. Look, basically they want to understand you. Because one thing in this world that's for certain is that no 2 people are the same. No matter where you are in the world, no 2 people are the same. Even fucking twins may look alike, but they don't think the same way. So the thing is if you give it all the different variations of stuff, it's just like, it's different variations. It has to learn. Because the thing is the same way with how I interact with y'all, y'all interact with me, we learn stuff off each other, but that's because of that interaction. A bot, a AI needs to have that interaction to learn. Because the thing is my thought process isn't the same way as your thought process. The stuff I've mentioned already today, most people haven't thought of. But if AI thinks of it that way, now it knows, damn, this person thinks this way. Okay. So what can we answer back to him? Why is he asking this question? We don't want people to ask this question. So how can we make an answer that stops this guy from thinking this way, but doesn't even let these people get to that point? See what I'm saying? It's an easier way to manipulate, easier way to integrate, easier way to assess people. Like, yeah, like which one was it? Was it the fucking the Marvel movie with, I think, was it the Winter Soldier? Was it the Winter Soldier? Yeah, I remember when they had it. I think it was the Winter Soldier. It's one of the Captain America ones where they had the fucking ships that were fucking tracking people, and it was an algorithm that was pinpointing who was gonna do what and who was a threat to the country and stuff, and it was already just targeting them even before they were born or when they were fucking kids. Ultron, there we go. I can't remember. I know it was one of them, but the ship pre-assessed what you thought, how you lived, what you did, and said, oh, this person's going to be a threat before he even comes out. I don't think it's going to get to that extent. But if they showed it to you, it's because they're working on it. They want to go to the, they want to know, because the thing is like, this is the simplicity of it. Tish, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you like. I don't know what you like to do. I don't have any of that. But once I start getting that information, I can start figuring that out. Because the thing is if you go to the checkout and you purchase a certain thing, let's say Tish went to the grocery store and Tish bought apples, she bought apple cider, and she bought a thing of bananas, right? I know that this phone number is associated to Tish. So if I know Tish was here and put this phone number in, I know Tish likes apples, apple cider, and bananas. Tish tends to buy this every 4 days. She buys the same stuff over and over again. Now I know that when Tish shows up, I know she's going to buy these things. When you digitize everything, next thing you know, it's just not, you ain't even going to have prices on the supermarket. It's just going to be an item. We know you like this item, so we know how much we're going to charge you for this item. And since we know you like it that much, I could charge you more. But that's down the road. But it's just like, I need to learn what you do. I need to learn who you really are. What do you really like? What do you really like to purchase? Because then I can push it onto you more. Because if I know you like apples, shit, you're going to see fucking Apple commercials everywhere. I'm going to push you shit that'll help you get to Apple so that I know you spending money. That's what it is. It's just the way they want you to consume. They want you to consume. Because why? That's how they make money. That's how they make profit. If you don't purchase all that shit, they don't make money. They don't make these record-breaking profits. Yeah, look at Facebook. You said it's basically anything. Like, look, you could start talking, say something about some shit, and the next thing you know, one of these fucking ads is going to pop up somewhere. That shit ain't coincidence. Say you want to buy a fucking Sony TV. Keep saying that shit a couple of times. Watch when you pull up your phone and you go onto a thing. Sony TV, look, it's on sale. people say this, and it's crazy, but that's what I'm saying. It was just like, if you haven't noticed that shit has been there. It's there for that reason, because it wants to cater to you. It wants to cater to make sure you're spending. But it's some shit you probably don't need. See this happen? It happens to everybody. People realize that. You start talking about something, all of a sudden the ads start popping up. Like, what the fuck? Bro, I was just talking about this shit. It's funny because sometimes it's like, sometimes you just think about the shit and it just magically pops up on you. Like, bro, I just thought about it. I didn't even say this shit. And they're just like, well, you were looking for this. I know you thought about looking for this. So it's just like, they watch whatever they can get away with it. That's all it is. It's easier that way because they want you to be a consumer. The easiest way to have you be a consumer is that we were going to program you or put it into your head that you keep doing it. Yeah, I got cameras outside my house. I ain't got them inside. But that's the thing. It was just like, so my wife getting that. But that's it. It's easier that way because it's easier to track you that way, and that way it just builds your template. I know what you like to do. Like I said, Tish likes to buy apples. But the thing is, it's not just going to be that simplicity. It's going to be other things of a larger nature where you're going to spend more money. It's going to cost you more. It was like, you notice when you start liking a certain car, you keep on seeing it. They realize that your thought process keeps pushing that. So it's just like, well, we're just going with your thought process. You said you wanted a new car. You said it had to have a sunroof. Then all of a sudden you see cars with sunroofs. I was just like, I don't even like this one, but this one looks nice. And it just keeps on pushing it that way. And that's what people need to realize, that that's what it does. And that is a big question too. Did you like the car or did they make you like it? He said, thanks for the smartest dude. I'm not the smartest dude. It's just I just observe stuff. I just observe and pay attention. It was like, because that's the thing. It's just like they want to push you towards it. Because the thing is we need you in debt. If you're not in debt or you ain't spending money on shit you don't need, that means you got extra money. I don't want you to have extra money. I want you to need to go to work more. I need to make sure that you need to go to work. Keep buying all this shit you don't need. That 75-inch TV, even though you got a 70, just replace it. It's nice. It's on sale. Remember, it's on sale. Can't beat that price. And that's the thing. It's just like that's what they want. Because the thing is the more you buy, the more they make. The less you buy, the less they make. It's like, look at the effect Target had. Look at what happened to Elon when everybody was like, fuck these Cybertrucks. Fuck these cars. Man started losing money. You have the money, but they want to spend it. And the thing is they know that some people, the process of, oh, I'm gonna have the money to pay this later down the road. Fuck it. I'm going to charge them more. That same car that has the same shit and maybe has 2 extra features this year is now $15,000 more than it was last year. But you know what? I know you like them Ford F-150 trucks. I know you like that big ass Ford on the back. I know you're going to buy it. I know you're going to upgrade. So what you going to do? You're going to see fucking Ford everywhere. And then what are you going to do? Buy the new Ford, even though that last Ford you had was working just fine. And that's the only thing. People got to boycott the same way. And that's what I'm going to go to with this for a little bit before I go. The same thing. The same way people were doing these No Kings protests is the same way they got to do the boycott for all these corporations. Same fucking thing. It's the same fucking thing. Same fucking thing. No kings, no corporations to feed them. Because who's paying this administration? The corporations. And who's paying the corporations? We paying the corporations. So if we don't pay the corporations can't pay this administration. So if you want no kings, you got to make sure that the people funding the king don't got the money to fund the king. And that's what I said. I got no problem with these no kings protests. I got no, yeah, we are feeding the monster, and that's what people need to realize. That's why I say with this no kings protest, that's what this movement has to turn into. Stop feeding the monster. Because we're just feeding it. Because the thing is Donald Trump gave what? The tax cuts to the corporations, not to you. the money that they're supposedly giving back to us, we ain't getting, but we're still giving them the money to make more money, get it less taxed, and pass it on to them. We are the one that pay the taxes. But if we don't spend money on the extra shit that isn't necessary, if you don't consume what they're pushing towards you, they don't make no money. I can make a fucking commercial ad about anything. But if you don't spend the money on what I'm promoting, I just spent money on an ad that nobody used, that it didn't turn into any money. That's why fucking TikTok is trying to do leads, leads so that this is so they can get their cut too. Because it's just like, oh, we're pushing you to do this. So the same way we want to push this TikTok trend, because you know why? It'll make you money. But you're spending money. Because then that means people need to spend money for them to make money, for you to make money. Stop spending the money. Spend it on the shit you need. Like, I'm not saying don't spend money because you still have stuff. You can still get stuff. Still buy stuff that are necessary. Things that you know can benefit you, get those things. Shit. Like, put it like this. The fucking bread makers that I seen on TikTok, that I fucking keep on saying, I'm going to get myself one of those. You know why? Because it's cheaper for me to make my own bread. Than having to keep on buying bread. I can make my own bread. Shit like that, that's not a bad, it's an investment. If you're going to spend the money, make sure it's an investment of something you're going to use. If you are purchasing a car, purchase it because the car that you have don't feel safe no more. That shit is raggedy as hell and it's about to break down and it's going to cost you more. Do that. Make a fucking garden. If you have the fucking little bit of land, make a little garden. Yeah, that's why their houses keep getting bigger and bigger for 3 people. Because they know if you got all these fucking rooms, you're not going to leave them empty. You're going to feel weird. I got to put some shit in here. Let me just buy a fucking couch for no reason that nobody's going to use. And I'm going to just throw it in here. You know what? Might as well put a fucking TV in there too. Because, just in case somebody comes to visit and sits on this couch that nobody sits on, they at least have a TV to watch if they sit on that couch. I've been growing fucking tomatoes and jalapenos. Bruh, that kills me. We gonna buy 5 cars, but I can only drive one of them at a time. The fuck? It's like, did you really need the 5th car? Did you really need the 3rd one? Because two I understand sometimes. But damn, you got 5 cars. And you can only drive one of them. Now, if the other 4 were automated and they followed you and shit, and then you could just switch out, I ain't gonna say, I buy 5 cars. If the shit follow me and I be able to switch which one I'm driving while I'm driving, that shit go and pick me up and take itself back, don't fuck around, I will buy 5 cars. But like, you know what? I want this one today. Now, I understand the weekend and the weekday car. I got that. I got 2 cars. But they paid. There's a difference. I'm not just going to get a new car just because it's a new car. One of them is like 20 something years old. The other one is like 3. And that car ain't getting replaced till the wheels fall off. The 20-year-old car hasn't fucking fallen apart yet. Neither will this one. So it's just like, that's what you got to do. But that's the thought process that people need to do. We need to stop consuming what these people are doing. Stop feeding the animal that's fucking trying to destroy us. Because these corporations ain't helping us. This administration ain't helping us right now. All our taxes are being taken and given to somebody else. We don't have universal health care. We're getting rid of fucking the education system. Where our infrastructure is a piece of shit. Everything else in this country is fucking, we're a 3rd world country fucking cosplaying as a fucking 1st world country. That's what we are. We're a 3rd world country cosplaying as a superpower. It's as real as it's gonna be. Third world country playing the Super Bowl, cosplaying as a superpower because we got military. That's it. But the thing is, we keep on feeding this shit. I was just like, if we gonna do this, you gonna do the No Kings protest, fine. Keep doing them. Y'all can do them monthly. I don't give a fuck. But at the same time, each month, that means you should make it like Lent. You know how you do 40 days giving up some shit? Do that monthly. Give up some shit you don't need. See how that works out for them. Every month, just give up something else you don't need. So that way, it's not like you trying to just cold turkey and just, I ain't buying shit. Just every month, look for something that you can save money on. I've been doing that. The military taught me how to do that well. The military taught me to enjoy the small things because sometimes you ain't got shit. When you out in the fucking freezing cold in the middle of a field exercise or you deployed and you ain't got no TV, you ain't worried about having a TV. You ain't worried about the shit. You start realizing like, damn, I can't even watch TV. I don't even watch TV shows. Like, I rarely watch TV shows now because of that. I barely watch sports anymore because it's just like, this is just taking up my time. Still play video games though. That's something I haven't been able to get rid of. But it's a way of letting go. It's going, that's the thing. People don't understand it's going to get worse. You need to start cutting things out. Start chopping stuff down slowly and whatnot. It was just like, shit you don't need. If you don't need to buy the extra shit, don't. If you don't need to go to fucking Starbucks because you can make your own coffee at home, you can spend $100 on a fucking Keurig. You can spend, it's fucking almost like 20 something dollars for a fucking thing of coffee though, but that's still $120 that you spent compared to spending $7 a day on coffee for a whole year. But like I said, that's the thing. People need to associate that and put those things together, because until they don't, it's not going to be successful. And that coffee will last a month. Look how much money you saved. Yeah, it's only a month that you made it at home, but that's $120 that you did. Now, if you're doing $7 a day, 5 days a week, that's 35. That's 70. That's 140 for the year. You just saved $20 by doing that a month. And now the next month you're only paying $22 for that thing of coffee. So now you saving an extra 100. You see what I'm saying? They're going without your money. And when everybody else starts doing that, they start realizing, you know what? We can't be raising these prices on these fucking coffee cups. We're going to have to leave them at $7 forever so that we can actually have people coming in and buying it. That's what it is. You got to start being resourceful. And the military teaches you how to do that, because when you out in the fucking... when you out there and shit, you learn to be resourceful with the shit you have, because you don't have much out there. When you're deployed on a patrol or in a field, you don't have much out there, so you make sure to make what you can out of what you have. People don't realize how strong they can become and how good they can be at changing the system. Once people start realizing more and stop just protesting for the kings and stuff like that, start protesting for the stuff, that's all it is. Soggy, my man. I'm about to cut out, Soggy. My bad, bro. I'm about to take off. But yeah, that's all it is. Y'all gotta take care of this shit and do it. I'll try working on it. Keep on spreading that. It's just, you gotta keep telling people, hey, stop feeding the monster. Stop feeding the monster. Stop paying these people. Stop giving them the money that gives this administration more reason to give them more tax cuts. That's the thing. When you grow up a certain way, you understand that people get raised and they come from struggle. I was like, you grew up in struggle. You better now. But imagine if you kept that struggle even though you had what you had now. Imagine how much more money you would have. All I'm saying. So I'll leave it at that. As always, be good to one another, take care of one another, look out for one another, love one another, and stay marvelous while doing it, y'all. I'm just Cruz. I appreciate y'all as always. Y'all take care. Just keep spreading it, man. Just gotta keep on making the movement go. It works. It works for the No Kings protest, but the same thing was we gotta stop feeding the monster. That's it. Y'all have a great day. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.